How's it going, Critter Family? I hope you all are doing well. Today I'm wearing a shock collar because in this video, how to keep your dog from running away from you e-collar training, I'm going to be using this collar with the remote, the working remote, on myself every time he presses the button. Now this is not the same as his, and they say not all e-collars are the same, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm still going to be shocking myself. I'm using a little toy to play with Ellie, so don't mind that in the background. She's been squeaking all morning. She's been playing all morning too, but you know, she's a 5-month-old kitten, so I can't blame her. So I'm going to be playing with her in the background. Hopefully that is not annoying or distracting to anybody. But anyway, we're going to get started.
Let's face it, if you're here watching this video now, it's probably more than a struggle. You're at your wit's end with your little puppy that is not coming back to you. Or you just don't have the confidence, right? You've been doing your on-leash training, you've been doing your walks, and you want the opportunity to go to the off-leash zones or hiking or some kind of adventure, something fun.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop him there and I'm going to talk about the title real quick. Look, if you're struggling with your little dog not wanting to come to you or not coming back to you, it's because you have not taken the time to teach them or to make it rewarding enough for them to come back. So that doesn't give you the right or entitlement. You're not entitled for your dog to listen to you. You're not entitled to a dog, period. So it doesn't give you the right to just drop everything and go to one of these because your dog isn't listening. You need to take the time it takes to teach your dog, hopefully in a positive way, that benefits the dog to want to stay with you, want to come back to you off leash. My Shiba, Adonis, for his whole life, he was never off leash because he was never reliable off leash because I, as the human taking accountability, never made him reliable off leash. I never took the time it took. You take the time it takes less time. I never took the time to teach him to really be reliable off leash because it wasn't my priority for him to be, because I didn't have him off leash a lot. Even if he was reliable, I wouldn't have him off leash because a lot of people don't like off leash dogs. A lot of dogs don't like loose dogs. And it's just, it's also against the law unless your dog is really in control by your side when they're leash loss, unless you're in a specifically labeled off leash area. So when he talks about his title, how to keep your dog from running away from you, basically this is like an electric fence. It's an electric leash, invisible leash that you can use to keep your dog within your limits. This is not training. This is just force. This is just, hey, I'm still able to grab you and keep you in my clutches and over control you with electricity.
Or you can reliably ask your dog to come back.
No, you're not reliably asking diddly squat. With this, you're forcing your dog to keep your dog from running away from you. If your dog is running away from you, you are the problem.
And trust that they're going to be able to do that. Let me show you this, guys.
You can trust them if you...
Vex!
Shock, 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 shock.
Had a boy.
So he had 3 cues there. The whistle, the shock, and max. So he needs 3 cues to call his dog out of a sit stay. Was his dog in a sit stay? Let's see. Yeah, he was in a sit stay.
Had a boy. Good. Here.
No reward for recalling.
All right, guys. That's what I'm talking about with
no
reliable
reward for
recall.
healing.
A dog that can be hanging out over there and come back to us.
He wasn't hanging out. You had him in a sit stay. He was waiting for you to call him back, and you probably used the shock collar to get him to stay in that sit stay.
Call. The other thing that we can do is play a little fetch. Ready? Okay. This is another one that a lot of times can become
the force fetch that you teach them. You force them the object in their mouth by pinching their ear, and you force the object in their mouth and force them to hold on to it so they learn not to drop it for the forced retrieve.
Boy. Good boy.
He was coming. You didn't need to whistle.
Boy. Good. Here.
Snap.
Heel. Nice.
No reward for any of that.
Folks, this guy's an old pro. He makes it look fun. He makes it look exciting, and he makes it
But he
look
still doesn't need the shock collar.
easy. It's not going to look exactly like this when you start. A couple things that I have here. I have his meal and a clicker. We're going to utilize that to warm him up.
You're not going to use any of that, because if you did, you wouldn't need the damn shock collar.
Get him in the kind of mood, if you will, for working on some recall. Also, we've got an e-collar. And
So why are you using the food and you're aggressively grabbing him under the collar? Why are you using food in a clicker if you're going to be using the shock collar?
And as you can see here, we have him on a check cord. This is to kind of help.
Another way to correct him. So there's like 14 different ways to correct him, and you haven't rewarded him once.
In the beginning, expecting that this is not going to go perfectly.
Loud hands, loud hands,
Now,
loud
what
hands.
we need to be doing here, I've got the 18,
Rough hands.
20. This is DT Systems H208.
I don't care.
I've got to make sure.
What level is it on? Look at how he grabs him by the face. Loud, annoying, obnoxious
Tip of the day.
hands.
Turn your collar on. That's step number 1.
Yeah, so you can shock your dog. Don't worry, I'll be shocking myself. Same level as he is if he tells us what level it
But
is.
we're going to get this fitted, and fit is
This
an
poor
important
dog.
thing. You want your collar to be
Tight.
set
God, look how rough and obnoxious he is.
tight up behind their ears, and it needs to be snug. You don't want your dog to be choking and hacking, but if it's loose and slopping around there,
All right,
it's
here,
not
let's
going to
adjust
be
this.
beneficial.
And please don't do this at home. I should have already put the little thing on there. Please do not try this at home. Leave it to the stupid professionals like myself. Huh, Ellie? So what level is he going to have this
In the
on?
beginning stages here, we like to start with vibrate. Now, for some of you, some of your dogs,
Vibrate is going to be more aversive than the shock. It means that you don't even need the thing anyway. So we're going to have it on vibrate. It's on vibrate. You'll probably be able to hear it. I'll put it on number 1. Oh, I guess I should turn my collar on, huh? Okay. It's vibrating. You should be able to see a green light that says that it's when it's working.
vibrate might mean a lot, okay? Which means
Okay. You don't need the collar if you're going to be using his food in a clicker.
it's going to be fairly aversive, right?
No, it's not.
If your dog has too big of a reaction with vibrate, you can actually utilize stimulation.
Yeah,
We
just
found
shock
that
them because
our
then they react less. It doesn't mean it's any more comfortable for the dog.
specific short hairs, they're bold, confident dogs, and vibrate's a really good way to pull focus as well as a great form of communication. In the
It's not
beginning
communication, it's force. Whether your dog finds the vibrate aversive, we're at 99. Sounds like your phone. I mean, that would spook me if it's like it sounds like a fly. It's on the front of your vocal cords. I mean, it doesn't hurt at all. You know, it feels kind of nice. It's a tickle, an actual tickle, not the shock.
Just now, like we've talked about in the past videos, this is not step 1, okay? We have already laid the groundwork and we've shown him doing all of these things in different environments. I have a controlled environment. I have a check cord, which is going to add more control to this environment, and I have his food to work through. We're going to start with this. Targeting, play. Good. Get his mind in the mindset of training. You are
Hey,
probably experiencing this. If you're following along with any of our training videos, you see we do a lot of training sessions with meals. Good. And your puppy behaves really well. It's very focused during that meal and training time.
He doesn't even need to
Good.
use
Okay,
his,
so
I mean,
clicker's marking him targeting.
the e-collar
He's
here.
Getting rewarded after the
All
fact.
he needs
Nice
to
job,
use
good
is
job.
the dog's food and the dog's regular kibble. That's not even high value reward.
Adding a little more distance here where we can.
Meal training.
Here. Good.
Removing the cue. What do you mean
All right,
removing
guys,
the
so
cue?
What I've got.
Why would
we've
you
already
remove the cue?
shown that he knows here in targeting. That's pretty easy. Now we're going to be able to continue to feed him if he will eat. Not all dogs will. This is going to be a bit.
That means that the dog is over threshold. So if you're trying to vibrate them while you're feeding them, they're going to pair the food as something aversive.
Of let's say if the collar doesn't pull their focus at all and it doesn't mean anything at all to the dog, it's not going to really help work as a reliable cue. So we should see some dogs no longer want to eat. They're more focused on what the collar is.
No, they should be more focused on... I mean, yes, they will become more focused on the collar because it's painful. So, with one, on static, I can feel that. You can see the muscles, you know, you can see the muscles moving in my throat. And I can feel that at 1. I don't care what you say about, oh, this other collar, you don't feel it until 14. Okay, baloney. I've tried those collars. I feel it at 6. 4. Okay? The point is that I'm not a dog, and we don't know how sensitive dogs are. Dogs actually have thinner skin than humans do, and they're very sensitive. So, if he's talking about, yeah, your dog may stop taking food, it means that they're over threshold. So you want to stop training. Negative reinforcement with the collar. Lovely.
Now, we're utilizing it as negative reinforcement. We teach with positive reinforcement, and then we move into the negative reinforcement.
Why? You only need to use... I'm not going to say positive only, because there's going to be, negative punishment, which means that you remove something the dog likes, but it's not nearly as bad as positive punishment, which is adding this. If you say, come, no, come, and they don't come and they get a correction, or negative reinforcement, you hold it until they come to you.
Now, positive, negative, they have their own meaning of good and bad, right? That's the first thing that comes
All right, just get on with it, dude.
Beginning. He shuts the collar off.
The dog is scratching
because
because
recall with my target, and then once he gets to me, shuts the collar off.
So he's scratching because it's irritating.
The collar, the mild annoyance goes away.
This is not a mild annoyance.
By complying. Okay? Reinforcement-based training.
Force training. Force pain compliance.
Strengthens behaviors, and that's what we're looking to do here.
Positive reinforcement strengthens behaviors. I mean, so does negative, but it doesn't matter. He's saying reinforcement training strengthens behaviors, meaning, I can say reinforcement, people are going to maybe think that it's positive. This guy's a joke.
Strengthen the recall that he already has shown he has.
You only need to use positive reinforcement in this situation. You don't need to worry about negative reinforcement.
To work for something.
Is he going to tell us what level he's on?
So, here is rep number 1. I want to get this little cup out of my hand. I'm going to take a couple kibble. Let's see. If I had a treat pouch.
Yeah, but you never do, so move on.
So that later we can find...
Okay, come on. Okay. Are you going to tell us what level you're on?
Dog kibble. He's not going to need more than 1 or 2.
Because he's not going to take more than 1 or 2.
Assistant. All right. So, I want you to be able to see... We got a good view of him here. Here's the collar. Here. See him look around?
Holding it.
Nice
This is on
job,
1.
Buddy. That looking around is his acknowledgement, right? I feel this.
I don't know what level he has on the dog.
I can feel it and hear it.
Oh, I had it on shock. He has it on vibrate.
Vibrate to begin with. We want dogs to be able to feel, hear, using 2 senses, which makes it, for some dogs that are overly sensitive, more aversive than just using stimulation, which would only
It's all just
activate.
Bullshit, okay? All this is bullshit. He's trying to be nice. He uses this on a high power or maybe lower power because it's a sensitive dog. I mean, it doesn't matter. When the dog is actually trying to go after a duck or a chicken, it's going to go much higher. I guarantee it.
1 sense, but let's do another rep here. Vibrate is on.
I'm using the shock because most of the time that's probably what this dog is using.
Nice job. It's okay that he is distracted a little bit by the collar, and he looks around.
No, it shouldn't. He shouldn't be distracted by the collar. You're making it 10 times more work for yourself and the dog than if you just use positive reinforcement, dummy.
Completes the rep. This is good. We're talking to him and rewarding him. He is still eating, so I'm going to continue to.
No,
feed
he's
him.
Sniffing. Oh, I see what you mean.
A little bit of distance. Now, if your dog gets startled,
now I'm going to go straight to the shock.
Having a leash or check cord on them allows you to complete the rep. This is the most important thing. If you're watching this right now and you're getting ready to, as soon as...
How could you move on?
We're asking. Now, if your dog runs
dog is
into
scratching
the other
because the
room
collar is irritating.
to hide because they're startled and they don't know how to react properly,
then
they run to
stop
the other room and
using
go,
the
"I
shock
don't know what to
collar.
do." So you let the collar. What did you just reinforce?
No. So I'm holding this button and scaring my dog, whether it's on shock or it's on vibrate. And the dog runs away. So I'm going to keep holding this until the dog does anything that I want them to. Say it's on shock. I'm going to keep holding on to it like this until the dog gives me some behavior I want, and then I let go. Because I'm afraid that if the dog is afraid of this, and they're freaking out and I let go, God forbid I let go and relieve them of this stress and the pain and the discomfort and the fear. Sorry, baby girl. I forgot to play with Ellie. This guy is an idiot. Then what did you just reinforce? You reinforce that your dog being fearful of the damn collar is rewarding. So run away when you feel it. You don't need the collar because there's no fallout when you use positive reinforcement.
Collar comes on, I bolt to the other room, and then the collar shuts off. That
When they're that
strengthens the
fearful, they're not
behavior of
learning.
running away. Okay? We don't want that. You want to be prepared. No.
Oh, cool. So you're going to force them to be shocked or vibrated, and they can't even run away. Even then, when you drag them to you while using the damn collar and the leash, then you let go. It doesn't teach them squat. Did you take the toy away? You ran away with it, silly.
To expect and know how to handle it.
This guy's an
As soon as
idiot.
I lift the collar up, we'll do another one here. Vibrates on, here. My hands get on
We
him,
don't know what level
collar
he's
shuts
using.
off.
I'm using 1.
Good boy.
Obviously, this doesn't do diddly
Let's
squat.
do a handful of reps, and then we're going to end this. This is a really, really good introduction. Vibrate on, here.
I have no idea
Good.
what level
He's
shock
still
he would
looking around,
use.
trying to figure out exactly what that is, but doing a good job with it.
I baby girl, you took
Confidence
the
with
toy
this
away.
comes with time. Here.
Tail tucked.
Attaboy.
He's coming to the
Nice
hand signal.
job.
He's not coming because of the vibrate or because of the collar.
Ah, nice job.
See? All you need
Like-
is your body.
Good
The dog is coming
boy.
to the hand, not because of the collar. He didn't tell us what level he's using on the collar. Just for
Vibrate
fun,
on.
for people.
Play here. Good. Now you're seeing.
I'll put it on
as
10.
As I said, vibrate on. He started
I
coming
can feel
right
that.
to me. That's what we're looking for.
If you move it a little
He already
bit-
knows how to do this.
Oh
We're
my
teaching
god,
him how to
that hurts a
respond to
lot
the
more.
Vibrate on. Here. Attaboy.
Yeah, it
Good
hurts a lot more.
job.
So if they scratch it and they move it,
That's a good boy.
10 can be very aversive.
Put a little distance.
5.
Clay. Here.
Still hurts.
Good boy. Good boy.
1. Still uncomfortable.
I'm using his dog food. I'm giving him 4, 5, 6 crunchies, just depending. Something that your dog can eat quickly and it doesn't distract from the training session. Anticipating a little bit.
The reward should be associated with the training session because they see coming to you as something good. He's using regular kibble and forcing the dog to come because the dog doesn't get anything else but kibble. It probably made the dog really, really hungry to get this kibble. And he's still using, he says vibrate. I don't necessarily believe that. Let's vibrate on a 1. Vibrate on a 10. Pretty much the same thing.
Because what am I going to do? I'm going to ask you to come to me again. That's what I did the last 5 times I moved over here.
So
Play
he's
here.
coming to his body.
Good.
He doesn't even need the collar there because the dog was coming to him, walking away and putting his hand down. This dog's smarter
Nice
than a
job. You're
human.
making this look easy.
It is easy.
And it
It is
should-
so simple.
Be easy. Proper timing is important. We're strengthening this behavior and it's going to get exponentially better.
I'm going to teach you, I'm going to show you how I teach my kitten, my 5-month-old kitten, who's rolling around in the corner there, how I teach her to come to me off leash. There's no leash. There's no shock collar. There's no nothing except for her favorite little licky treat. And I'm going to teach her how to come when called. I'll put that in this video here at the end. So I hope you, I don't know, enjoyed the at least this little bit of entertainment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, do not try this on yourself. Don't try it on your dog or any other animal. Don't put it on yourself. Nobody try this at home. Leave it to the dumb professional here to do it for you. Again, I'm a human. My skin cells are 3 times that of a dog. You know, humans have like 12 to 15 cells in between each layer of skin. Dogs have 3 to 5 or even less. So you don't need these. And this was with one of those silicone. I would hate to feel what it felt like with titanium or the metal ones, or this is where it was. If it's red, it's because it was pretty painful and very uncomfortable. So let me know what you think about this video, what you got from it. I will be covering Kelly K9 next, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Go say hi to your little critters. Say hi to for me. Give them some kind of loving they appreciate. Until next time, practice peace, patience, and positivity. Good. Put a little on the ground. Ellie, come. Good. of course she's coming because I have this. If anybody wants to know, this is from Fussy Cat. It's a great little treat. Hello on the ground. Belly, come. Yes, good girl.